January has arrived, it's time to pack our bags and escape the cold. We've planned a 4-month trip across 3 continents. The senior travelers invite you to travel with us. We hope to visit some very interesting places. We'll be flying over the Caribbean Sea with spectacular views towards Cartagena de Indias in Colombia. This destination is the first stop on this trip and is on our bucket list. With us, you can explore this beautiful city, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Walking through Cartagena de Indias is often described as stepping into a living museum where 500 years of history, Caribbean rhythms, and colonial charm collide. The experience is defined by the contrast between the preserved walled city, Centro Histórico, and the bohemian, grit meets glam vibe of Getsemani. Founded in 1533 by Pedro de Heredia, Cartagena was the crown jewel of the Spanish Empire in South America. Because it was the primary port for exporting silver and importing enslaved Africans, it was a constant target for pirates like Sir Francis Drake. This led to the construction of the Muralla 11 kilometers of stone walls and the massive Castillo San Felipe de Barajas, the largest Spanish fort in the New World. In the heart of Cartagena's walled city, the Catedral de Santa Catalina de Alejandría and the adjacent Plaza de la Proclamación, historically known as Plaza de la Catedral, form one of the city's most significant historical and architectural hubs. The Catedral de Santa Catalina de Alejandría is a 16th-century Spanish-style basilica and a national monument. Its vibrant lemon-yellow exterior and terracotta dome make it a primary landmark in the city skyline. Historical resilience: while under construction in 1586, the cathedral was partially destroyed by the cannons of the English privateer Sir Francis Drake. It was not fully completed until 1612. The Plaza of Bolivar is surrounded by some of the most significant colonial-era buildings in Cartagena, making it an ideal starting point for exploring the city's past. Palacio de la Inquisición: this 18th-century Baroque masterpiece once housed the Holy Office of the Inquisition and now serves as the Historical Museum of Cartagena. It features a stunning limestone doorway and exhibits ranging from pre-Columbian artifacts to colonial-era torture devices. The Palace of the Inquisition. The Museo Histórico de Cartagena de Indias, commonly known as the Palacio de la Inquisición, is considered the finest example of late colonial civil architecture in the city. Completed in 1770, this Baroque-style building served as the seat of the Holy Office, which judged crimes against the Catholic faith across much of the Caribbean and Central America. Dark history: between 1610 and 1821, over 800 individuals were tried here as heretics, with many facing public execution at the stake. The building is famous for its limestone Baroque doorway and its small window of denunciation, where anonymous accusations could be posted. Today, it houses the city's historical archives and exhibits that range from pre-Columbian artifacts to colonial maps and some remaining torture devices. Visitors can explore a central courtyard that contains replicas of gallows and a guillotine, serving as a reminder of the site's grim past. Plaza de Santo Domingo. Directly in front of the church lies the plaza, which is the beating heart of the city's nightlife and social scene. La Gorda Gertrudis, the square's most famous resident, is a massive bronze sculpture of a reclining nude woman by the world-renowned Colombian artist Fernando Botero. It is a tradition for visitors to rub her breasts or stomach for good luck or to ensure they return to Cartagena one day. The atmosphere: by day, it's a picturesque spot for photos. By night, it transforms into an open-air dining area. Restaurants set up dozens of tables in the middle of the square, and you'll often be serenaded by roaming vallenato musicians or street performers. The plaza is enclosed by stunningly restored colonial mansions with colorful facades and wooden balconies overflowing with bougainvillea. Iglesia de Santo Domingo. Established in the mid-16th century, around 1551, this is widely considered the oldest church in Cartagena. The church features a classic colonial Baroque style. It is famous for its imposing exterior buttresses, which were added later to prevent the walls from collapsing due to structural instability. The Leaning Tower: if you look closely at the bell tower, you'll notice it is slightly crooked. Local legend suggests the devil himself tried to pull it down, though historians attribute it to the soft soil of the area. The interior: inside, you'll find a beautiful marble altar and a carved wooden image of Christ, Cristo de la Expiration, from the 19th century. The floors are paved with old tombstones, some dating back hundreds of years. The baluartes, bastions, of Cartagena de Indias are the heavy, diamond-shaped stone structures that project from the city's 11-kilometer defensive wall. Built over a span of nearly 200 years, 1586 to 1796, they were designed to eliminate blind spots, allowing defenders to fire cannons and muskets along the face of the walls to repel invaders. Today, these bastions are some of the best preserved examples of Spanish military engineering in the Americas and are a core part of the city's UNESCO World Heritage status. Engineering and architecture. The coral stone build: the walls were primarily constructed using piedra corallina, coral stone, and limestone. This material was porous and relatively soft, which was an advantage. Instead of shattering when hit by a cannonball, the stone would often absorb the impact. The scarp and counterscarp: the bastions are built with a slight slope, scarp, to make scaling them difficult. At their peak, they reached heights of 12 meters and widths of up to 17 meters. Strategic layout: each bastion was positioned so that its flanks could protect the curtain, the straight section of wall, and the neighboring bastion, ensuring no attacker could approach without being in the line of fire. The Monumento Torre del Reloj is the iconic gateway to the historic, walled city of Cartagena. Originally known as the Boca del Puente, mouth of the bridge, this 17th-century structure served as the primary defensive entrance, once featuring a drawbridge that connected the island of Getsemani to the main city. Today, it stands as a vibrant symbol of colonial history and a central meeting point for both locals and travelers. The Castillo de San Felipe de Barajas is the largest and most formidable defensive complex ever built by the Spanish in the Americas. Perched on the hill of San Lázaro, this 17th-century fortress was designed to protect the strategic port of Cartagena from constant sieges by pirates and European powers, earning it a reputation as an unconquerable icon of military engineering. Ingenious military architecture, the fortress is actually a cluster of smaller, independent forts strategically layered so that if one section fell, the others remained secure and could fire upon the captured area. Complex tunnel system, a labyrinth of underground tunnels runs throughout the hill, designed for the covert movement of troops and supplies. These tunnels also served as acoustic amplifiers, allowing guards to hear the footsteps of approaching enemies from great distances.
I made it to the top. It was tough, but I made it.
Strategic design, the walls are slanted inward rather than being vertical, a deliberate choice intended to deflect cannonballs and minimize structural damage during bombardments. Panoramic city views, due to its elevation 41 meters above sea level, the top of the fort offers some of the best 360-degree views in the city, overlooking the historic walled city, the modern skyline of Boca Grande, and the Caribbean Sea. Both Parque Centenario and the Getsemani neighborhood are the beating heart of local life in Cartagena. While the walled city, Centro Historico, often feels like a museum, Getsemani and the park that borders it are where you feel the city's true, gritty, and vibrant soul. Parque Centenario, the urban jungle. Located right between the clock tower, Torre del Reloj, and Getsemani, this park was built in 1911 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Cartagena's independence. It serves as a green bridge connecting the tourist center to the local neighborhoods. Wildlife in the city, it is famous for being a mini zoo in the middle of a concrete jungle. If you look up into the trees, you can often spot wild sloths, iguanas, and cotton-top tamarin monkeys. Local culture, you'll find rows of second-hand booksellers, local chess players, and street performers. Recent revival. As of late 2025/early 2026, the park has undergone a major renovation to restore its gardens and lighting, making it a much safer and more beautiful pedestrian corridor. Barrio de Getsemani, the Bohemian soul. Getsemani was once that slave quarter outside the main city walls and later a rough neighborhood to be avoided. Today, it is one of the world's trendiest neighborhoods, known for its authentic, Caribbean grit and incredible street art. Bazurto market is the raw, beating heart of Cartagena, offering an experience that stands in stark contrast to the manicured charm of the walled city. It is a massive, maze-like labyrinth where the air is thick with the scents of fresh seafood, tropical fruits, and the rhythmic pulse of champita music. Visitors describe it as an assault on the senses, where narrow alleyways are packed with vendors selling everything from medicinal herbs and hand-painted concert posters to fresh shark meat and exotic fruits. The food here is widely considered the most authentic in Cartagena. Many stalls are run by local women who have preserved family recipes for generations, providing hearty meals at a fraction of the cost found in the historic center. Nightlife in Cartagena is a vibrant, multi-layered experience that shifts depending on which neighborhood you're in. Whether you want to sip world-class cocktails, dance salsa until dawn, or enjoy a casual beer in a historic plaza, the city has a distinct flavor for every night of the week.